She's cheating. She's reading the label.
That's what we're supposed to do, people. Read labels.
We're going to talk about fiber and the importance of fiber, because everybody goes like, what do I got to do with fiber?
Why do I have to count fiber?
Two kinds of fiber. There is soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Those are called, you've probably heard of prebiotics and postbiotics.
Yep. Everybody's supposed to have them according to the authorities.
Yeah. These are all what we call prebiotics. And the reason they're prebiotics is they do not get broken down in the stomach, a little bit, but not much. And they do not get digested in the small intestine, but they arrive in the colon, and the colon has a heyday with these things, because what happens is fiber is either insoluble, which you use if you're constipated, because that gives you bulk to your stool, so you have good poop, or it's soluble. And soluble fiber is like super important. It arrives in the colon and it's broken down, and soluble fiber lowers your cholesterol, your LDL, your triglycerides, your blood sugars. It basically ends up with less heart disease, less diabetes, less cancers, particularly colon and liver cancers.
So in a nutshell, we need both soluble and insoluble. It's not just for pooping.
Yeah, so then when you look it up in a label, like it says fiber, and you go like, which one is it, soluble or insoluble? That's sort of an old term. They actually have lots of different kinds of soluble, insoluble, fermentable, non-fermentable. And actually most of this, like a banana, oats, a lot of these are soluble and insoluble fibers. So, you know how much you need?
Not a clue.
You're a girl. You need 28. You know how much I need? 35.
Oh.
So,
Let me guess.
well, I know. If you didn't know yours, you probably wouldn't know mine.
But I would have an idea after you told me mine.
Well, I'm going to let you guess. Here we go. How much fiber is in a medium-sized carrot?
Yeah, there's no label there to read. So
I looked it
can't
up.
cheat. I'm going to say 5.
1.7.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, if you need 28,
Way too many carrots.
12 carrots.
Yeah.
What about cashews versus peanuts versus almonds?
What about them?
How many grams?
Oh, maybe 2, 4, 6.
1 in that much. 2 in that much. Almonds. 3.
Most in all.
So 1 gram. So that's a lot of stuff. So the question is, how the heck are you going to get your fiber? Here's one. A banana, medium-sized banana. I'm letting you guess.
2.5.
2.4.
Hey!
Okay.
Good guess.
This, I didn't know what this was.
Chia seeds.
Black chia.
I had them in my pantry.
Okay.
They're really good on salads.
This much
Or
chia.
cereal.
How many grams of
Well,
fiber?
there's a label right there.
Yeah, don't look.
That's what we're
This
supposed
much.
to do. Oh, let's just
They don't taste.
say
Have you ever tasted them?
10. Yeah.
34 grams.
Ooh.
Where's something to ring?
And it's a winner.
So eat lots of chia. You can eat that much chia or 14 bananas, something like that. So chia, and I looked it up. You can put it in lots of things.
You can put it over salad. You can put it in yogurt.
You ever
can put
tasted
it over
it?
your cereal. Yeah, I've had it on salad.
Can you taste it?
Not really.
It has no taste.
Right.
It's like putting sand in your mouth. Okay, here's one.
But it doesn't feel like sand.
This, look at you. I can't believe you're doing this.
I'm well
This-
trained. Read
This,
labels.
wait. This is steel cut oats. This is quick oat, rolled oats. Okay. How many grams in this much oats?
I will say 5.
4.
Oh, not bad.
Okay, so what's the difference between rolled oats, which takes 1 minute, steel cut oats that takes 30 minutes? What's the difference in fiber? Like I had to look a long time to figure this out. What?
Probably a lot more in the steel cut than in the 1 minute.
It's the exact same.
Oh, whatever.
Everything's the same. So there's really no difference.
So
It's
why do we
crazy.
eat this one instead of that one?
Well, this has texture that's chewy.
Oh.
Takes a half hour to cook it though. This is quick and they define it as mushy.
Yeah, that's how most of us have eaten our oatmeal, right? You want to crunch your oatmeal?
So anyway, these are all prebiotics. Okay, here's popcorn. This is equal to this. How much popcorn, how many grams of fiber?
I'm going to say 6.
14.
Ooh,
That's 14 grams.
Good.
So that actually is pretty good. The cheese pretty good. Okay, here's
So
one.
My 28 grams, I could have a bowl of popcorn. And what was the other one that was really high?
Chia.
Oh yeah, sprinkle some chia on my salad.
Oh, these are sort of boring. Beans are 4, lentils are 4. Bread, you would think. This is the power seed bread. This is the bread that has all the fiber in it. One piece of bread has
I don't know.
3.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a rip.
Yeah, it's a ripoff.
But
so-
it tastes good.
So the purpose of these prebiotics go into they make it all the way to the colon. And the colon bacteria eat this stuff. It has a heyday. And we have 100 trillion bacteria in our colon. You have 1,000 species. They know there's a couple different kinds that are pretty popular. And so what these do is these replenish the good guys. So real food replenishes the good guys. When we go to McDonald's or processed food, what happens is it's all been refined. And it never gets to the colon. So it's pretty much worthless. So if we're going to have fiber that feeds our colon, the good bacteria, which brings health, heart disease, diabetes, cancers, this is the kind of food we eat, and we got to sort of know how much fiber is in there.
So if it doesn't get to the colon, what
It just
does
goes into,
happen to it?
it just gets absorbed and the body
And
uses
it
it for
converts it into
junk.
fat?
Yeah.
Okay, then. That's what they need to know.
So this is fiber 1. We had somebody that said it tastes good. So I bought some today. The lady looked at me in the grocery store like I was constipated or something. I just smiled at her. You've not had this before, have you?
A long time ago, not very much.
Oh, how many grams of fiber?
10.
No. 36 grams of fiber.
I'd eat the whole bowl though.
Well, we gotta taste it. Give us a.
There's
Looks
no
like
way.
worms.
There's no way I'd be able to eat this whole bowl.
It's because you're a girl.
I think that.
I could eat that. Better than I could eat this.
Yeah, but you could put some of that in there to get more. Yeah, and you'll never taste it, and you'll get more fiber.
It'll get in your teeth.
Yeah, it will.
You'll smile. And they'll say,
Nobody sees my teeth when I smile.
Cool.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
What else is in that?
Fiber. Whole grains, all the
Corn, all
corn,
the
man.
yucky stuff. Wheat starch.
It's not bad. It all depends on how you want to talk about it. So let's talk about these are prebiotics. Probiotics are not foods. Probiotics are food with bacteria in it. Greek yogurt. So Greek yogurt has these live organisms, lactobacillus, there's a number of them. And what happens, same thing, you eat your yogurt, it gets through the stomach, it gets through the small intestine, and it gets down the colon, and it helps repopulate the good bacteria. So probiotics are bacteria, prebiotics are food. This is sort of interesting. They spend right now $60 billion on pre and probiotics.
Who's they?
The industry.
They spend for
Sell it to
researching
you.
it. We spend.
We spend.
Yeah, not they. We.
By the year 2030, $100 billion a year goes to us buying pre and probiotics. So this is interesting. Pre and probiotics, the little pills you get.
Or
They-
gummies.
The what?
Or gummies. There's gummies. out
Gummies
there
too.
Yeah.
They have living organisms, so typically they're refrigerated. If they're not refrigerated, you wonder how can those organisms stay alive? The second thing is they have to have an expiration date, and who determines that? The company that sells it. So if you're going to choose to buy pre and probiotics, you better know the company you're doing. Also, you'll notice these terms when you read about pre and probiotics: may, might, could be. There's no definitive research that taking a prebiotic this big with a probiotic in it is going to replace this stuff. And if you just think about it, so I calculated this out. Say that this pre-probiotic has 1 billion bacteria in it, and they're all alive and healthy. They're going to make it through the stomach acid. They're going to make it through the small intestine, and they're going to arrive at your colon to help repopulate it. So what does that look like? There are 100 trillion
Minutia.
poop. There's 100 trillion little pieces of poop. 100 trillion bacteria. You're going to take 1 billion. That's like taking 20 bathtubs full of water, each with 50 gallons. Took me a while to calculate.
That's a big bathtub.
Well, no, that's the average. I looked
Okay.
it up.
Okay.
So 20 bathtubs, and you taking a teaspoon, and trying to make a difference in those 20 bathtubs. That's what it's like to take 1 billion probiotics. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
The
there's
moral
no
of the story.
moral of the story is I'm not real hot on probiotics. You know, 10 years ago, everybody coming out of Columbus after they'd been in the hospital, they all came home with a month of probiotics. That lasted about 2 years. I don't see that anymore. And when you read the literature, the companies that are selling pre and probiotics, they're real big on it, but the literature is not real convincing. So I would say eat prebiotics, eat probiotics, eat real food, stay away from processed food. That's the take home. All that to say, don't eat processed food.
Yeah,
Eat real
and
food.
eating food is way better than popping a pill. Just saying.
So that's fiber, prebiotics, probiotics, and why we need them and how we get them.
And it's more than just pooping. It's getting healthier.
Having healthy poops.
Good.
We could have entitled this The Poop Story, but it's much more than that.
Yeah.
So anyway, have a great day.
Yes.
See you later.